What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yo, yo, yo!
What's up, you guys? Come on in the room.
I am doing really, 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 really good right
You
now.
doing good, Tanya?
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing good too because we are live in REI Decoded and on YouTube. What's up, you guys? Come on in the room. Happy Wednesday. It is hump day. This year is passing by, you guys.
Let's go!
It is literally passing by. And I hope you guys are ready. My name is Ashley Denmark.
My name is Antonio Denmark.
We are your coaches. We are your trainers.
We are funding experts.
We're your funding experts. We have been where you are, and we are happy to teach you to help you get to where you want to be. All right. Today is gonna be really, really good if you have been sitting on the sidelines trying to figure out how am I gonna get this funding for this deal? I don't have enough. We're gonna teach you how to structure and get it together. All right. So come on in the room. If you know some people that need to get started when it comes to investing in real estate, tag them below so they can come on in the room. Let's get them in. I don't want you guys to be the only one learning. Let others learn as well. And let's do it. All right.
Let's go.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about how do we find private lenders. But before we even say private lenders, like what is a private lender? A private lender is not your traditional bank. It is someone that has some money sitting around, whether they have retirement, whether they have maybe a 401k, they may have some type of fund sitting around that's not making enough returns. Let me say that.
Private is more so peer-to-peer type lending. All right. It's not institutionals. Private can be your neighbor, your hairdresser, your barber, your church member, your friend, your cousin. So like those are private people. All right. So that's when we say private, that's what we're talking about. We're not, a lot of times hard money lenders like to throw that word private around, but most private lenders aren't necessarily diving into your paperwork and all those good things.
So yeah, private money lender is not your hard money lender. They are not lenders that are asking for your tax returns, your bank statements,
your certificate of good standing.
Usually private lenders do not ask for those things. All right. They are ordinary people. They are people who have some funds sitting on the side and literally want to make a return off of their investment. So they're all around you.
And a private money and Ashley said funds sitting around. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more in the presentation. But a private money lender doesn't always have to have cash on hand.
Correct.
All right. So we'll talk about it a little bit later, but just keep that in the back of your mind. They don't always have to have cash.
Hold
on. Some of my private lenders, I got a cousin. He's a private lender. He had cash that he lent. I had a coworker. They got business funding and they lent to us. Also, my uncle was a private lender. He used his retirement to be a private lender. Ashley's mom was a private lender. So like all these people can be private lenders when we say the word private. That's what we're really talking about.
So some characteristics of a private money investor would be maybe they just retired, maybe they left one job and they have a 401k that's sitting from that old job and it's just sitting there either losing money or making money, but maybe it's not making as much if it is making money that it could if they invested it in real estate. All right.
Another good private investor is a person that has a good credit score.
Sitting from that old job and go ahead. A person that has a good credit score.
A person that has a good credit score. So one of the things that really changed our business was when we stopped looking for people with cash and we started looking for people with credit. And what we would do with those people is we would put those people through business funding. And then once they got the business funding, they would become our private lenders using the business funding. So like characteristics is people that's interested in real estate, but they don't have the time, but they got the credit. People that have a 401k.
A Roth IRA. A lump sum.
They won't have that yet. But let's say they have a retirement account.
There we go.
And they can roll some of that retirement account over to a self-directed IRA, and they can use that to invest in your deals. So they don't have to liquidate their entire retirement. I said that right.
Their entire
retirement. They can just do a portion of $20,000, roll it over to a self-directed IRA, and then they can invest in your deals. And then you can help them grow their retirement. If they got cash, I mean, that's always good. That's always great. But don't just lock in and when you're having your conversations to say, hey, you got cash sitting in the bank that's not getting no money. Like, be able to have those conversations that has other ways to get funds so that you can do deals.
Absolutely. And closer to the end, we're going to talk about what that conversation looks like to get them to become a private lender.
And I'm going to say what it don't look like.
Okay.
We don't just walk up to people and say, hey, you want to give me some of your money?
I need some cash.
You got some money sitting around. That's what we're not doing. All right. We'll tell you how we do it. But what we're not doing is just walking up to people and saying, hey, you got $20,000 I can borrow for real estate? That's not how we do that.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure you stay later on so we can tell you how to do it in a more professional and smooth way.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to talk about the benefits the benefits of the private money investor. All right.
Can I break this real quick? I gotta do this. All right.
You gotta do what?
I gotta say this.
Say it.
I was on a strategy call with one of our students, and they had issues with private lending. And their issue was they had never asked anybody for anything growing up or even as adults. It was always,
if I don't have it,
I can't do it. I'm not asking nobody for anything. And like that was the mentality of this person that we was having a strategy call with. And I want to make sure I tell you that that's the absolute wrong mindset to have. All right. Wealthy people, you don't think like that. And you got to look at it from the other side. You got to create win-win situations. All right. You have to be a benefit to the person that's lending you money. You are being a blessing to them, because if a person can invest in you and get 20-25% returns, that's more than they get anywhere else. So you're not asking them to help you. You're
actually helping them get a return that they wouldn't normally get somewhere else.
Yeah. So you got to reframe it to where if you can help them, help them. You're almost being selfish by not offering it to them, by not having the conversation of saying, hey, I know real estate, I can help you make more money. It's almost a little selfish, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
All right. So I had to say that.
I appreciate that, Tonya, because that's a good perspective. So look, with the benefits of a private money investor, of you having a private money investor, is you get to do bigger deals. You get to do multiple deals at a time, so you don't have to have all of your money out. You can literally keep your money in and use your money for any extra things that come about, things that you maybe didn't have projected on your scope, and those moments that's gonna happen. You save your funds for that, but use the private money lenders' funds to do more deals, scale your portfolio.
I think you said it in your head, but I don't think you ever said this part out loud. When she said use your money for, when she was saying save it for a rainy day and use your money for the moments.
Yeah. Use your money for the moments. And then, like Antonio said, ultimately you can help them grow their money. Like, you can help them accomplish their goals. Some of your lenders, they just may want to upgrade their house. They may want to say, okay, if I could make $3,000 extra, that'll allow me to renovate my bathroom. That will allow me to create a serenity area in my backyard. Like whatever it is, like they can use those funds to do things that they want to do, go on trips, whatever it is.
One of my lenders, they really wasn't motivated by money per se. Their motivation for investing in us was they was using the money to put their child through college.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're putting your child through college, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the cash that you are providing them, it's what they're using the cash for.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the value, that's where they'll be able to actually see what you have going on and create win-win situations.
Yeah, and private money lenders don't have to fund the entire deal. I think sometimes when we think of a lender, we think of they have to fund the purchase, they got to fund the rehab, like they got to fund everything. But in actuality, you can break it up, all right? You can get what we call a gap lender, and that gap lender literally takes the gap between what you have to bring to closing and what the hard money lender is requiring. So the hard money lender may be doing your purchase and your rehab, but they may require you to bring a couple of thousand to closing as your points, interest, down payment, depending on who you're using. Well, that private money lender can serve as a gap lender and serve as those funds so that you're not using your personal funds.
Yes, and that's so important because most of the time when we say a private lender, in your mind, most people who haven't done it, they're saying, I don't know nobody got $100,000 to go invest in real estate. You don't need $100,000. Like most of our gap lenders are lending anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000, $25,000. All right, that's a whole lot easier to get your hands on than $150,000. All right, and we are using their funds for down payment, make payments, and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Good?
I feel like you sidetracked.
Well, yeah, I had to direct for the kids. So let's talk about what this conversation looks like. I never go to the private money lender or the person who I feel like will be a good private money lender directly. I never go to them directly. I am off, and let me go back. I like to make a list of at least 10 people that could be potential private money lenders. All right. People who I'm around, people who I associate with, people who I think may have some extra cash, may have some savings, maybe a 401k. They may have something that they want to invest in, or we've had conversations in the past about doing things differently, maybe real estate, whatever. I like to make that list of those 10 people. All right. And then from those 10 people, I start chopping in the conversation. All right. And having these conversations. The reason why it's 10 is because the more times I have this conversation, the better I get at this conversation. All right. So my first few people, it's going to be horrible. All right. It's okay.
It's going to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's going to feel weird.
Yes.
It's going to be one of them things to where it's like, am I really doing this type situation? Like,
especially for the people who I don't like to ask anybody for anything. If I can't get it on my own, I'm going to get it. Oh, it's really going to be uncomfortable in that situation. But let me encourage you to push through it, all right? Because it's not about what can I do on my own, because life isn't meant to be done alone. Real estate isn't meant to be done alone. So you don't have to do it alone, okay? Nobody is requiring you to do it alone. So don't put that type of pressure on yourself, okay? Nobody's requiring you to do it alone. So how that conversation looks is I am going to always ask them indirectly. I'm going to tell them, hey, Antonio, I am investing in real estate. Let me say this to all my newbies. You've never invested in real estate. Don't say I'm thinking about it. I'm investing in real estate. I got a few deals in my pipeline that I am looking to do over these next few months. I am looking for someone who would like to get a return on their investment. I'm thinking for these next few projects, I'm probably going to need about 25,000. Do you know someone that will want to make 25% return on their investment? Do you?
Yes, I know someone.
Okay. Who do you think maybe?
I think Miss Sue might be interested, but tell me some more about this deal. Like, tell me.
That's what I want to hear.
Tell me a little bit more.
I want to hear two things from them. I want to hear they know a couple of people that may be interested. So now my list of 10 may have just gotten bigger. I also want to know if they may be the person, because I feel like they may be the person, but I want to know for sure. And if they tell me no, being that I didn't ask them directly, I don't feel like they rejected me. I don't feel like they turned down what I'm doing. I don't feel like they're thinking, oh, Ashley's not capable. No, I didn't ask them directly, so they don't even know that I'm asking them directly. But I am asking them, they just don't know.
And one thing, like if you don't have percentages and things like that, don't make it up.
Don't make it up.
All right. Don't make it up.
Just say a return on their
just
funds.
A return. And one thing that I like to say is each deal is different.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I get a deal that actually fits what you want, then I can kind of bring it to me. So tell me what you're looking for.
Right.
What kind of return would you want? Like, what are you looking for?
How much are you even looking to invest?
Like, interview them. Don't necessarily talk about the deal. Try to find out what they want, so that you can structure your deal around their desires.
Yes. And don't make it pressure. Like, it's literally a conversation. If they say no, if they don't know anyone, then guess what? You made a list of 10. Go to the next person on the list. You're probably going to fumble over your words. It's okay. That's why you have 10. And if any of your 10 give you more, you're going to have more than 10. Don't run away from the task, because running away from the task is going to have you stuck on the sideline, never getting to that first deal, and always thinking, I wish I could have did it. I should have. None of that. All right. None of that. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it.
Easy. I like to give easy. When they are trying to dive into returns and things of that nature, just say it's a 50-50 partnership. Like, don't get into the percentages. Just say, hey, we're looking for 50-50 partners to do these deals with. Each deal's a little different as far as the requirements and things of that nature. You know, when I get one that fit, I can bring it to you and put it on paper. But you're just trying to get the conversation started. And it might not be it's definitely not a one-time conversation close type thing.
That's right. You're going to have to start spending time with this person. You're going to have to start talking numbers, maybe looking through deals. And it's okay, because you're joining a partnership at that point. So don't be afraid to spend that time. Don't be afraid to have a lot of conversations, because that could be your next partner. All right.
And it works, y'all. Like, there's countless of students who have went to people that was already in their circle and had these uncomfortable conversations with,
and won
and got money from people.
Yeah. I had one student, she was having the conversation, and she was getting ready to go on Christmas break, and she said, I might need you, because I know I don't know the answers to these questions. I said, well, try your hardest and let's see what happens. She secured a private money lender that was a family member that said, okay, I got $200,000 available that we can do deals with. You don't have to use me as a gap. We can do this for the entire project, for the purchase and the rehab. And they did several deals together. All right. I've had some where they were led from their list to another list, and they end up securing it. So literally, money is all around you. You have it. You don't have it because you haven't talked about it. You haven't asked about it. So when I hear a lot of people say funding is my problem, the reason why I haven't started doing real estate is because I don't understand funding. I don't have the funding I need. No, those are not valid facts. Have these conversations, okay? Because funding will be a lot smoother if you have these conversations. If you have some private money lenders that are sitting in the back waiting on you to do deals, you'll do more deals. All right.
And one of the reasons that you're not going to take action is you don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
You don't want people.
You don't hear that. No.
You don't want people to look at you a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But I am telling you, you gotta do it. You can't say on one hand, hey, I want to build generational wealth. I want to get 10 rental properties.
I want to leave my 9 to 5.
I want to leave my 9 to 5. I want to build my retirement account. And on the other hand, you're afraid to have a conversation.
And to put in the work. Absolutely. So have the conversations. Repetition is so important. Do it until you know it by heart, where it becomes, it's in your head. Like, have that conversation so many times that you feel so confident. And if you have to practice first by yourself, practice. Do whatever you got to do, but put a date on when you're going to have that conversation, because otherwise you'll practice and you'll never do it. Okay. You'll talk yourself out of it every time you practice. So do it, put a date on it. When am I going to have this conversation? When am I getting into this next deal? But the more you keep silent, no one knows that that you have everything they need, and they have everything you need. Okay.
We have, so let's say, and I don't know what they're going to drop, but let's say you get somebody that's interested. We have a template that you can show your private money lender on exactly what it can look like. So how can we send that to them?
That just put private money in the chat, and then I'll draft it up to send it.
Okay, so put private money in the chat, and we'll see you that template. So remember, when you first having a conversation, we're not going too detailed. We're just trying to get the interest. We're gonna set an appointment to have another meeting, and on that next meeting, that's where you're going to bring this paperwork we're gonna give you to say, hey, this is what a typical deal looks like. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Give me some feedback on what you're thinking. We can create this together.
Mm-hmm.
Like with our first private lender, it really was no percentages involved. Like, just to be total honest with y'all,
it was just flat fees.
It was just flat fees, and the flat fees really just came from her saying, "Hey, I got a rental property. I make about $500 a month on this rental property. I would really prefer to invest in y'all and get $500 a month." So that's how we did it. Basically, we basically said, for the first 4 months, we'll give you $2,500 when we refinance or sell. For the second 4 months, we'll give you another $2,500
when we sell.
When we buy, sell. And God forbid, let's say we got to go another extension, we'll give you $5,000 if we got to go to the last extension.
And so the lenders would be going crazy, hoping, like, please get to that third. Get to that third.
We was borrowing $20,000, but like, I couldn't even tell you at that point in time what the percentages was. All I could tell you at that time was, if I borrowed $20,000 and I made a deal that netted me $30,000, but I had to pay them $2,500, I was still good. Even if I had to pay them $5,000, I was good. So don't get caught up in percentages. Deal with real whole numbers. All right. As you get experience, as you get more people that's interested in investing in you, now you might dive into percentages and those type of things.
Y'all, these are the exact steps that we use to make our portfolio go from 12 houses to a multi-million-dollar portfolio.
But see, 12 is an understatement, because it
12
took us
low-end
6
houses,
years to get 12 low-end properties.
Yes.
Like, low-end meaning $5,000-$10,000 all in, $20,000. Like, it took us literally 6 years to just get 12. Mm-hmm. When we started implementing private lenders and having these conversations,
we started getting 10 at minimum a year, and that made our portfolio soar.
Yep.
Like, so use it, practice the conversation, because when you practice the conversation, it makes you feel confident. It makes the potential lender feel confident about you, and never act like you know everything. You do not have to know everything. All right. If you don't know the questions, the answers to the questions, always say, you know what, let me get back with my team. Let me get back with some people to make sure that I can give you the right answers. Or, I don't know that, let me go look it up, because I don't want to just give you anything. They'll respect you more for not pretending like you know something when you really don't. Yep. All right. So we got the conversation and putting it all together. We kind of talked about the putting it all together. Mm-hmm. That's when you're using your hard money with your private investor. At that point, If you use both of them, you're literally doing this deal without using any of your own money. All right.
And let's go high level, big picture. All right.
Okay.
I get a hard money loan to buy it and rehab it. I get a private money lender. Let's just say this private money lender want 50% of the deal. All right. Let's say they put $20,000 up and they want 50% of the deal. Let's say we make $30,000. All right. If I make $15,000 profit and they make $15,000 profit, and
my money was
never in, it's a win.
It's a win.
All right. Now, the one thing I will say is make sure that they know they get their initial investment back off the top.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So easy numbers. If we purchase and rehab, we got $100,000 fix and flip loan. They invest $20,000. Let's just say we sell for $150,000. Let's just say it's a $30,000 profit there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what we're splitting, the net profit. But they're going to get their $20,000 investment back before either one of us get
split the profit before
any type of split.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I've had people say, "Well, why would they give me $20,000 and only get $15,000 back?" That's not true. If they give you $20,000, they're gonna get their $20,000 back first.
Yes.
Then you split the profit. And just hypothetically say you do 2 deals like that. And now you got $30,000. Now you can go do your own deals if you want.
And now you might not need a private investor.
Now you got options.
You're being a private investor to someone else's deals. And now you're making your money sleep somewhere else. There's so many ways that you can do it. So whatever you do, don't give yourself limitations. Don't give yourself limits and say, well, I can only do it until I get my credit right to get business funding. No, or I can only do it until I get my credit right. You can literally get a private money investor to fund the entire thing and never use your credit or your funds to begin with. All right. But it is important, if you don't have the funds, you need to at least have time or a talent. All right. Because no one wants to invest in you when you don't know what you're doing. All right. Watching HGTV, even just coming to REI Decoded, you got to do more. All right. You got to learn more. You got to get up under training so that when things happen and you have questions, you're able to ask those questions so that you don't mess up those funds and get stuck in the deal.
Also, something to keep in the back of your mind. There are people connected to you. There are people in your circle. There are people around you who want to see you win just because it's you.
Mm-hmm.
But you just gotta open your mouth and have those conversations. Like people don't necessarily invest in deals. They invest in people.
Mm-hmm.
They invest that they trust you gonna get the job done. All right.
All right. And most of the time they believe in you more than you believe in yourself. So don't doubt yourself because someone out here believes in you.
Facts.
All right. So beware, Tonio. Lenders, there's some things that you should beware on too. All right. So if you were thinking about becoming a private lender, there's some things that you should beware of. You want to make sure that the person that you are lending to, you want to make sure that there's a note and a mortgage on it. All right. You want to make sure it's recorded because you don't want them to sell the property without you getting paid off the top. All right. I know we shifted, but I want to talk about it from both angles.
If you are the lender, make sure you're sending your funds to the closing attorney. We don't send funds directly to individuals.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's rare cases that you do something like that, but 95% of the time we are sending our money to the closing attorney because the closing attorney won't release your funds until documents are signed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The other thing I would say beware to lenders is don't invest something that you need.
Right.
If you need this money, if this is money that you using to do something with, do not invest that money.
I don't care if the deal is for 6 months and you know that in 6 months you absolutely need it, then you can't afford to invest it. Okay. Because I see a lot of lenders, they'll come in and they just want like a quick fix. Nothing's a quick fix. The project may take longer. All right. They may go over budget. Things happen. So make sure it's not something that you absolutely need tomorrow or the next 6 months. All right.
Yes.
It needs to be something extra, something bonus.
Something extra. That is important. That is important. That is important. It's not my bill money I'm investing with. Like, we're not doing
not
that.
College tuition. It's just bonus.
Yeah, it's not what they call my savings account that I got for my kid to go to college. Like, we're not investing that type of money.
No, let that stay where it is so that when you need it, you have it. This is bonus things that you came in contact with, you really don't need it, and you just want it to grow.
Yeah, I've been sitting somewhere in a savings account not doing nothing. That's the money that you want to invest with.
Mm-hmm.
All
right, that's it, Tanya.
That's it. Any questions?
So some questions that I saw. How do you guys get them to become a private lender? I feel like we talked about that. Having that conversation is important. If you guys need our private money doc that we use, where it's more so of a proposal that we use, just drop private money in the chat and I'll get that out to you.
And one thing I will say is that make sure you start changing your conversations. Like, start having investment conversations, start having money conversations, start having credit conversations, start having retirement conversations. Like, if you start having those conversations, then it's a lot smoother to bring up investing. All right. But if you always talking about LeBron James and
I was thinking football
and your home team in Alabama, when you start talking about investments and stuff like that, it's
like a shell shot.
Like, we don't have them type of conversations.
Why you switched up on me? So yeah, start having those conversations. Change your circle, grow your circle, and then just watch how those things start to flourish. All right. The other thing that I saw was, are you doing this with your business or their business? So the private money does not have to have a business. You can have a business, but they don't have to have a business. Okay.
It is totally okay for that paperwork to have their personal name in your business.
Yeah.
I prefer them to have a business, but that does not really matter in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you get into a situation where, hey, you want to do a partnership, then I recommend that you create a LLC for that partnership.
All right. Any other questions before we hop off?
It's lunchtime.
It's not lunchtime. All right. Let's do it. I don't see any questions on my end. I see people dropping the private money. I got you. All right. Anything else, Sonia?
No, let's go.
All right. Well, have an amazing day. We'll see you next time. Peace.